Hi, I'm Mary with the IA, and today I'm with Brandon, Scott, and Dominique, and we are discussing retention strategies for internal audit. What kind of turnover rates are you seeing in your organization, and has retention become a priority for your department?
In my current organization, we're dealing with pretty low retention rates, but I think retention strategies in itself are very important. We put a lot of money and time into our employees, and we want them to stay. There's a lot of knowledge there, not only of internal audit, but of the organization. So it's very important that we consider retention strategies and constantly look at those to see how can we better our employees and staff and make sure that they stay and that they feel appreciated.
On average, the turnover has been around 25%, and we're trying to maintain it at this level. That's my good turnover. It's this 25% of internal audit people that are leaving internal audit to go and step into a leadership role in the organization. As for my core team, the one that wants to embrace internal audit as a profession, obviously we'll look at them slightly differently because as for your smaller team, they need to be taken care of. We want them to stay. They have some historical knowledge about internal audit, about what we've done, how we've progressed, and so those we want to retain.
Are other organizations trying to lure your employees away? And if so, what are the reasons that your employees are giving if they leave?
When we look at the life of an internal auditor, we're looking at about 2 to 5 years. And if I have staff, which I currently have, that have been there beyond 5 years, the audit committee's wanting them to move on, or the board saying, you know, we should really look for them to be elsewhere in the organization. So we've had probably over the last 5 years about 5 staff members to go work with the other operations.
2 years is we found is a minimum. Mm-hmm. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to control this first 2 years, and we try to just keep an open dialogue and find the best timing for all parties involved to make sure that everybody wins.
I think there's employers that are always looking for your superstars, and they're always trying to reach out to them. A lot of it is a different type of work environment. We talked about the work life. That's important, especially in the new generation of internal audit. You want that work-life balance. They're looking for more autonomy, more flexibility. And those are the types of things that they're coming at us with, and those are the types of things that you have to deal with and look at yourself and say, okay, why are they leaving? And assess that and say, how can we change, how can we adapt? Sometimes we can't meet those, and sometimes you lose really good people. But there are some things sometimes we change it and see how can we compete with that.
What practices do you follow for effective retention for your employees?
Once a year there's an employee opinion survey, not just for our department, but for all employees. And I think what we're finding is over time that's changing quite a bit in terms of what employees really want. And if we're trying to attract in younger members, they want the work-life balance.
We have a partner, which is, by the way, the compensation department, whose job is actually, whether globally for the entire company or for pockets and different departments and functions, to constantly look into things and work with the leader of that area to verify that, we are where we need to be, we are competitive, we are there in terms of meeting as much as possible the needs and the wants of our workforce.